Ah, the US presidential elections. The year is 2024, and the clowns have returned to the center ring, each one vying for the coveted golden ticket to the White House. Forget about actual policy discussions or addressing real-world issues. We're in for another season of mudslinging, empty promises, and enough political spin to make your head spin faster than a top on a roller coaster. Have we reached peak absurdity? Probably not. But hey, at least we'll have plenty of material for memes, right? After all, laughter is the best medicine. Grab your popcorn, folks, and settle in for the show. Forget baseball, folks. The real American pastime these days is political bingo. To play, just grab your card and listen closely as the candidates spew forth a delightful mix of buzzwords, dog whistles, and outright fabrications. So, grab your dabbers and get ready for another exciting round of political bingo. We're about to embark on a wild ride through the funhouse mirror that is the 2024 US presidential election. Fasten your seatbelts, hold on to your hats, and prepare for a healthy dose of sarcasm, satire, and maybe even a sprinkle of despair. We'll unpack the issues, dissect the rhetoric, and try to make sense of the madness, all while maintaining a healthy dose of cynicism and dark humor. Consider this your official trigger warning. We're not holding back on the satire. For those brave souls who dare to join us, buckle up, Buttercup. Let's be honest, the lineup for the 2024 election looks eerily familiar. We've got the aging rock stars of politics trying to recapture their former glory, clinging onto power like a toupee in a hurricane. Their platforms? A greatest hits compilation of recycled promises and tired slogans. Then there are the political dynasties, those families who treat the White House like a timeshare they inherited from their great-great-grand politician. Let's not forget the career politicians, those masters of the political chameleon act. And of course, we can't forget about the dark horses, those wildcard candidates who emerge from the fringes of the political spectrum, promising to disrupt the system and shake things up. Every election cycle, a fresh batch of wide-eyed optimists throws their hat into the ring, convinced they can be the ones to finally fix Washington. These political newbies come from all walks of life: tech moguls, reality TV stars, and even social media influencers. They promise to disrupt the system, drain the swamp, again, and bring common-sense solutions to complex problems. Of course, the odds of a political outsider actually shaking things up in Washington are about as good as finding a unicorn riding a Segway through the halls of Congress. But hey, at least they're bringing some fresh memes to the table, right? Ah, campaign promises, those sweet nothings whispered in our ears every 4 years, only to be forgotten faster than a New Year's resolution. This election cycle is no different. Candidates are falling over themselves to promise the moon and the stars, all while conveniently glossing over the fact that they have about as much chance of delivering on those promises as a goldfish has of winning an Olympic swimming medal. Tax cuts for everyone? Check. World peace? Sure, why not? Free healthcare, education, and a pony for every household? You got it. In the world of politics, perception is everything. And nobody understands this better than the spin doctors, those masters of manipulation who can turn a political dumpster fire into a roaring bonfire of success, or at least make it look that way on TV. Armed with carefully crafted talking points, strategic leaks, and an arsenal of misleading statistics, these puppet masters work tirelessly behind the scenes, shaping the narrative and massaging the truth to fit their candidate's agenda. Got a scandal on your hands? No problem. Just spin it as a witch hunt or a smear campaign orchestrated by your political opponents. The art of the spin is all about distraction, deflection, and denial. So, the next time you hear a politician speak, remember you're not just hearing their words, you're hearing the carefully calculated message crafted by a team of spin doctors. Remember the American dream? That mythical beast promising prosperity, opportunity, and the chance to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, even if you were born without boots? Well, it seems the American dream has gone the way of affordable housing and sensible healthcare plans. Today, the gap between the haves and the have-nots is wider than ever, with the rich getting richer and everyone else struggling to keep their heads above water. The cost of living is skyrocketing, wages are stagnating, and student loan debt is crushing an entire generation. But hey, at least the stock market is doing well, right? So much for the land of opportunity. It seems the American dream has devolved into a cruel joke. Ah, social media, that digital hellscape where common sense goes to die a slow and painful death. It's a place where everyone is an expert on everything, facts are optional, and outrage is the currency of the day. On one hand, social media has given a voice to the voiceless, empowered, marginalized communities, and helped to spark important social movements. On the other hand, it's also turned us into a society of attention-hungry narcissists, more concerned with likes and shares than with actual human connection. And let's not forget the impact social media has had on our political discourse. So, yeah, social media is a dumpster fire. Remember the culture wars of the past? Those epic battles over things like rock music, video games, and whether or not you could see a woman's ankle on television? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because the culture wars are back, and they're just as ridiculous and divisive as ever. Today's battle lines are drawn over everything from pronouns to critical race theory to whether or not a potato can be cancelled. It's enough to make you long for the days when the biggest controversy was whether or not Britney Spears should be allowed to show her midriff. But hey, at least these new culture wars are providing us with endless fodder for late-night talk show hosts and meme creators. So, there's that. The future is here, and it's both terrifying and hilarious. Artificial intelligence is advancing at an alarming rate, self-driving cars are navigating our streets, sometimes, and robots are taking over our jobs, definitely. On one hand, AI has the potential to revolutionize our lives, curing diseases, solving complex problems, and maybe even writing our screenplays for us, fingers crossed. On the other hand, it also has the potential to render us obsolete, turning us into pets for our robot overlords. And let's not forget the ethical implications of AI. In the meantime, we might as well sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the future, dear viewers, where technology promises to solve all our problems while simultaneously creating a whole new set of existential crises. It's a world of self-driving cars that get lost in parking lots, smart homes that spy on us while we sleep, and dating apps that leave us lonelier than ever. On the one hand, we have advancements in medicine, renewable energy, and space exploration, offering a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. On the other, we have killer robots, facial recognition software, and social media algorithms that seem specifically designed to sow discord and erode our faith in humanity. Remember when you could browse the internet without feeling like you were being stalked by a creepy digital stalker? Pepperidge remembers. Those were the days when the web felt like a vast, open frontier, a place of discovery and wonder. Now it feels more like a maze where every turn is monitored, every click is recorded, and every scroll is scrutinized. These days, it seems like every website, app, and social media platform is collecting data on our every move, building detailed profiles that are more revealing than our own mothers. They track our likes, our dislikes, our habits, and even our moods. It's like having a digital twin that knows us better than we know ourselves. They know what we like, from our favorite cat videos to our guilty pleasure reality shows, what we hate, from annoying ads to cringeworthy memes, what we buy, from essential groceries to impulse purchases, what we watch, from blockbuster movies to obscure documentaries, and maybe even what we dream about, probably nightmares about being chased by algorithms, let's be honest. It's as if our subconscious is no longer a private sanctuary, but another data point to be analyzed. And they use this information to target us with ads so personalized they make it feel like the robots are reading our minds and judging us for our questionable online shopping habits. It's like having a personal shopper who knows your every whim and desire, but with a slightly judgmental edge. It's all in the name of personalization, they say, to make our online experience more seamless and enjoyable, but it's starting to feel a lot like digital manipulation. The lines between helpful suggestions and intrusive nudges are becoming increasingly blurred. They're manipulating us into buying things we don't need, filling our homes with gadgets and gizmos that gather dust, watching shows we don't like, wasting hours on content that doesn't enrich our lives, and engaging with content that makes our brains melt into puddles of existential dread. It's a digital overload that leaves us feeling more disconnected than ever. But hey, at least the algorithms are making someone very rich, right? The tech giants and data brokers are laughing all the way to the bank. And who knows, maybe one day they'll use their vast knowledge of our deepest desires to create a utopia tailored specifically to our individual needs. A world where every whim is catered to, every need anticipated, or maybe they'll just use it to sell us more targeted advertising. After all, the bottom line is what drives the digital economy. Either way, I'm sure our data privacy will be totally respected, or at least that's what they want us to believe. In the end, it's up to us to navigate this digital landscape with caution and awareness. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, and witness the spectacle that is social media, the Digital Coliseum, where we gather to share cat videos, argue about politics, and publicly humiliate ourselves for the amusement of strangers. It's a never-ending cycle of outrage, virtue signaling, and performative activism, all fueled by our insatiable need for validation from people we've never met and will probably never meet. Unless it's at a Comic-Con, in which case, please don't approach me. We've become digital gladiators, battling for likes, shares, and retweets, desperate to stand out in the crowded arena of the internet. We curate our online personas with the precision of a Michelin star chef, carefully crafting the perfect image of ourselves to present to the world, or at least to our followers who may or may not be bots. And the audience? They're fickle, demanding, and always hungry for more. They'll cheer us on one minute and tear us down the next, their approval as fleeting as a viral meme. It's a dangerous game we play, this social media game, but we can't seem to tear ourselves away. We're addicted to the dopamine rush of notifications, the fleeting sense of connection, and the validation that comes with knowing that someone, somewhere, is paying attention to us. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the future of the internet is here, and it's something. Something that promises to change the way we interact with the world and each other in ways we can barely imagine. The metaverse, a vague and ill-defined concept that promises to be the next evolution of the internet, a fully immersive digital world where we can work, play, socialize, and escape the crushing disappointment of our real lives. It's like the internet on steroids, offering a new dimension of interaction and engagement. Imagine a world where you can attend meetings as a hologram, seamlessly interacting with colleagues from across the globe as if they were right there in the room with you. Go shopping in virtual malls, browsing through digital storefronts and trying on clothes without ever leaving your home. The convenience is unparalleled. And hang out with friends who are also represented by digital avatars that may or may not resemble their real-life counterparts. It's a new way to connect, breaking down geographical barriers and creating new social dynamics. It's a world of endless possibilities, they say, limited only by our imaginations, and the processing power of our computers. The potential for creativity and innovation is boundless. Of course, the cynic in me can't help but wonder, do we really need another reason to spend even more time staring at screens? Are we not already overwhelmed by the digital noise that surrounds us? Is this really the future we want for ourselves? A world where we retreat further and further into digital realms, isolating ourselves from the tangible experiences that make life rich and meaningful, abandoning the messy, complicated, and often disappointing reality in favor of a curated and controlled virtual existence? It's a tempting escape, but at what cost to our real-world connections and experiences? And let's not forget the potential downsides of a fully immersive digital world, the privacy concerns, the potential for addiction, and the mental health implications of living in a constant state of virtual reality, and the possibility that we'll all end up as digital slaves to Mark Zuckerberg, or whoever ends up ruling the metaverse. The power dynamics in this new world could be more concerning than we realize. But hey, at least we'll look really cool doing it, right? With sleek headsets and futuristic fashion, we'll be the epitome of digital chic, even if we're just sitting alone in our living rooms. Fasten your seatbelts, dear viewers, because we're about to enter the wild, wacky, and often utterly baffling world of cryptocurrency. It's a financial roller coaster ride where the highs are exhilarating, the lows are soul-crushing, and nobody seems to know where the track is going. One minute, Bitcoin is soaring to the moon, fueled by the dreams of early adopters and the FOMO of latecomers. The next, it's plummeting back to earth, leaving a trail of shattered dreams and broken promises in its wake. It's enough to give even the most seasoned investor whiplash. But fear not, dear viewers, because the crypto train never stops. There's always a new coin on the block, a new blockchain promising to revolutionize the world, a new opportunity to get rich quick, or lose all your money trying. It's a digital gold rush, and everyone wants a piece of the pie, even if that pie is baked with magic internet money and seasoned with a healthy dose of skepticism. Section 2. Diamond Hands and Paper Losses, the emotional spectrum of a crypto investor. The world of cryptocurrency investing is not for the faint of heart. It's a high-stakes game where the rules can change in an instant, and the emotional toll can be immense. It's a roller coaster of emotions where euphoria and despair are often separated by a single tweet or a rogue whale making a move. One moment you're on top of the world, and the next you're questioning every decision you've ever made. It's a world where fortunes are made and lost overnight, where diamond hands are forged in the fires of volatility, and where the brave are rewarded for their resilience, and where paper losses have the power to make grown adults weep openly in public. The emotional highs and lows can be extreme. testing the limits of even the most seasoned investors. Those who dare to venture into this digital Wild West must be prepared for a wild ride. It's not just about financial acumen, it's about mental fortitude and emotional resilience. They must learn to stomach the volatility, to remain calm in the face of chaos, and to find peace amidst the storm. To ignore the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and to hold on for dear life when the market takes a nosedive. It's about having the conviction to stay the course, even when everything seems to be falling apart. They must become masters of self-control, practicing mindfulness and stress management techniques to keep their emotions in check, resisting the urge to panic sell when their portfolio is bleeding red, and the temptation to FOMO, fear of missing out, into the next big thing. It's a delicate balance of risk and reward, and the temptation to FOMO, fear of missing out, into the next big thing. The pressure to act quickly can be overwhelming, but patience and discipline are key. The life of a crypto investor is not for everyone. It requires a unique blend of analytical thinking, emotional intelligence, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. It requires nerves of steel, a healthy dose of skepticism, and the ability to stay grounded amidst the hype and hysteria, and perhaps a touch of madness. The thrill of the chase, the excitement of the unknown, and the potential for massive rewards can be intoxicating. But for those who can handle the ride, it can be an exhilarating, albeit nerve-wracking journey. The highs can be incredibly rewarding, and the lows, though painful, are part of the learning curve. Just remember to buckle up, because this roller coaster is going places, though where those places are, nobody knows for sure. The only certainty is the uncertainty itself, and the adventure that comes with it. Section 3. When Lambo, the eternal question of the crypto bro. Ah, the Lamborghini, the aspirational vehicle of choice for crypto enthusiasts everywhere. It's a symbol of wealth, success, and the unwavering belief that one day, those digital tokens will magically transform into a tangible, gas-guzzling status symbol. When Lambo, it's the question on every crypto bro's mind, the ultimate goal, the pot of gold at the end of the blockchain rainbow. They dream of the day they can finally cash out their digital riches and trade in their Honda Civic for a vehicle that screams, "I made it," in the highly speculative and volatile world of cryptocurrency. But alas, the Lambo often remains elusive, a shimmering mirage in the digital desert. The price of Bitcoin dips, the altcoin market crashes, and the dream of cruising down the highway with the top down and the wind in their hair, or what's left of it, fades into the distance. Still, the crypto bros remain undeterred, their spirits unbroken, their eyes fixed firmly on the prize. They know that in the world of cryptocurrency, anything is possible, even a Lambo-shaped dream. And so, they continue to hold on for dear life, their fingers crossed, their hopes high, and their wallets perpetually on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Section 4. Decentralized and disillusioned. The future of finance or a pipe dream. Cryptocurrency burst onto the scene with the promise of revolutionizing finance, creating a decentralized and democratic financial system free from the control of governments and institutions. It was a bold vision, a utopian ideal that captured the imaginations of tech enthusiasts, libertarians, and anyone who'd ever felt the sting of a bank fee. But as the years have passed and the hype has subsided, the reality of cryptocurrency has proven to be somewhat more complicated. The decentralized utopia hasn't quite materialized, replaced instead by a complex and often opaque ecosystem rife with scams, hacks, and regulatory uncertainty. The environmental impact of cryptocurrency mining has also cast a shadow over the industry, raising questions about its long-term sustainability. And let's not forget the volatility, the wild price swings that can wipe out fortunes faster than you can say Satoshi Nakamoto. So, is cryptocurrency the future of finance or a pipe dream? The jury is still out, dear viewers, but one thing's for sure, it's been one hell of an entertaining ride so far. Well folks, there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the chaotic carnival of American politics technology and the ever-imploding global landscape. We've explored the absurdity of the 2024 election, the dystopian wonders of the digital age, and the roller coaster ride that is the cryptocurrency market. We've laughed, we've cried, mostly from laughing so hard, and we've questioned our sanity along the way. But through it all, one thing has become abundantly clear: the show must go on. The clowns will continue to clown, the algorithms will continue to learn our deepest fears, and the crypto bros will continue to dream of Lambos, even as the world burns around them. It's a chaotic, confusing, and often terrifying time to be alive, but hey, at least it's never boring. So as we navigate this brave new world of ours, let's try to remember to find humor in the absurdity, to hold on to hope, even when it seems like all is lost, and to never ever underestimate the power of a good meme. Section 2, The Future is Now, and it's weirdly familiar. As we peer into the swirling mists of the future, one thing becomes terrifyingly clear: the future is now. The technologies we once only dreamed of are here, shaping our lives in ways both profound and profoundly stupid. Artificial intelligence is writing our emails, and maybe our breakup texts. Self-driving cars are stuck in traffic jams alongside their human-driven counterparts, and we're all just a few clicks away from losing our life savings in a meme-inspired cryptocurrency scheme. But amidst all the shiny new gadgets and technological marvels, one can't help but notice a certain familiarity to it all. The same problems that have plagued humanity for centuries: inequality, injustice, the enduring appeal of Crocs persist, even as we hurtle towards a future that promises to be both wondrous and terrifying. It seems that no matter how advanced we become, we can't escape the fundamental truth of the human condition. We're all just making it up as we go along, hoping for the best, and bracing for the inevitable faceplants along the way. Section 3. Stay tuned for the next season of The Apocalypse. And so we come to the end of our journey, dear viewers, but fear not, the madness never truly ends. The 2024 election will come and go, a new batch of politicians will take the stage, promising to fix everything while simultaneously making everything worse. The cycle will continue, as predictable as the sunrise, as inevitable as death, taxes, and the latest iPhone release. The robots may or may not rise up to overthrow us, the metaverse may or may not become our new reality, and the crypto market may or may not finally collapse under the weight of its own hype. Frankly, at this point, it's a toss-up between a slow descent into chaos or a sudden fiery apocalypse. But hey, at least we'll have front-row seats to the end of the world, right? And who knows, maybe the apocalypse will be a chance to hit the reset button, to start over, and build a better world from the ashes of the old. Or maybe it'll just be more of the same, only with more fire and brimstone. Either way, let's try to enjoy the ride, shall we? After all, it's the only one we've got.